the station it is and what time it is. It's come up to 11:33, and we are here again for another episode of Power Solutions, brought to you in partnership with On, that's Energy Investment Company, and Nigeria Info FM. Well, today we have yet another interesting guest to join us, and the show, of course, like you know, brings to you individuals who are playing big or small, as you like it, to contribute to the power problems, or to not contribute to the solutions of our biggest power problems in the country, especially from the off-grid sector. Today we have yet another guest. As you already know, we usually have a co-host, and today I'm co-hosting this episode of the show with the Jadesola Rawa, joining us live. I think she's got company from where she is. She's joining us. Hi, Jade. How are you today?
I'm well, thank you. How are you, Collins?
Great.
Yes, I do have company.
Let's say hi to him. You should say something, or he or she.
Do you want to say something to Lagos? Say woof.
Woof,
Lagos.
woof, woof. Okay.
Good morning. It's good to join you again. How are you today?
Great, fantastic, good to see you. And we have another guest in the studio, and let's take it up from there quickly before we bring the next question. Let me bring on the guest. He is Tolulope Olukokun. He's the CEO of ThinkElectric Africa, and he's joining us live to discuss on providing smart and clean cooking energy. Smart and clean cooking energy. And I'm so interested in this conversation, especially with the way gas is now expensive. Like, you know.
As in, hey, I'm constantly saying, boil it together. I cannot be boiling
No more, no more boiling water.
Beans. You can't cook beans now. You put firewood outside and cook beans quickly.
Absolutely. Well, good to have you join us on the show today.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. Hello, listeners.
Okay.
Good morning, Tolulope. Welcome.
Good morning, Jade.
So, I mean, Jade's got the first question today. So let's hit the ground running.
Absolutely. So welcome once again to Tolulope.
Thank you.
You're a seasoned social entrepreneur, and you've got several innovations and patents. So tell us a little bit about your background and your professional journey. First, I mean, were you one of those very serious, nerdy kids in school? So all these innovations and patents and everything. Tell us how your journey started.
Oh, well, no, I wasn't that so serious in school. I was just this guy that likes money.
Okay.
Money, I mean, like, I want to make money. So that's one of my
refreshing. Thank you.
Yeah.
For being very honest. Exactly.
So basically, I had a background in mechanical engineering. I majored in automobile engineering majorly.
Okay.
So, and I've loved to impact my world. So my journey started from e-mobility majorly. And I have been working on electric vehicle, electric mobility, and that started like kind of alternative. I was looking at during the Occupy Nigeria 2012.
2012, yeah.
I wanted to go out. I was running an ICT and then there was fuel and all. So I wanted to know what other way I could propel my vehicle to get out. And the electric vehicle came up. I started working on it.
Okay.
And I got a patent from some of my solutions from there. And then I went into academics, got a job in the Polytechnic Badon, now in Federal University of Ekiti, resigned, Joe.
Wow.
And that has been my journey, just looking for solutions to problems from one place to the other. So.
Wow. Interesting. The moment you walked in, trust me, I looked at your face like, don't I know this man? Because I also worked in Ibadan. Like, don't I know this face?
Really?
I know that. Yeah, I worked in Ibadan for years.
Everywhere in Nigeria.
Now, also, the money, the way he likes money, that's how I like money.
I didn't say I like money.
Okay.
I just want to make money.
He wants to make money. Anyways, really good. But see, we know that you believe that oil and gas should be left in the ground. Can you explain what you mean by that?
Okay, so basically having this on the surface has done more havoc than benefit to the environment generally. But because of our economic gains, we refuse to look at that aspect. Now, COP26 is going on,
Yeah.
and the whole debate, the whole discussion is to make sure fossil fuels stay in the ground.
That's right.
So that means I'm right. It should be left in the ground because everything we actually need on Earth, the nature can provide.
That's right.
Yeah, so that's it.
Okay, that's some deep thoughts, and I'm very sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I was just going to say that if I knew that, the way you both like money and everything, I should have made an effort to be in the studio physically today so that your money liking will rub up on me somewhere. And, I
Take
can
the
also-
anointing from there.
Receive
I
it.
can get that anointing from it to be double anointing of liking money,
Oh my God.
So, Tolulope, you talked about, the fact that oil should stay in the ground. You talked about, the fact that you believe that every solution that we require is in nature. Tell us, a little bit more about, how you think sustainable environment can be possible, with a special focus on energy and transportation, So, you've talked a bit about, you developing the electric vehicle and everything. So we know that you have a bias for transportation and, of course, also for the whole sustainable environment. So tell us a little bit more about, your thoughts on how energy and transportation can be the key to us getting to the promised land.
Yeah, so a year or two ago, I think I made a comment that to decarbonize our energy sector, we first of all must decarbonize the transportation sector because transportation make use of a lot of energy,
That's right.
throughout the world. So it's easy if we just move ahead to say, let our energy come from a clean source.
Yeah.
The vehicle cannot move at the transportation sector cannot move at that same speed.
That's
So
right.
we first of all need to decarbonize the transportation sector, the vehicle, the planes, the trains, all that we have, So basically that's how transportation and mobility is the driver of economy everywhere,
That's right.
Without mobility,
Yeah.
things cannot move. No commerce, no, all of that. Even walking is part of mobility.
That's right.
So I believe that with the electric vehicle, electric bicycle, Lagos will do very well with the electric bicycle,
Yeah.
especially with the congestion.
That's right.
Then we'll be looking at the mass
Yeah.
transportation as well. The mass transit buses
Yeah.
to electrify them, and this is how we are able to impact the sustainability very well, especially in Africa, because not everybody have the money to actually own a vehicle themselves.
That's right.
80% of people make use of public transport.
That's right.
So you will see that it is
Absolutely.
significant to decarbonize or electrify our transportation sector
System.
before we start looking at the energy sector and every other thing. So that's just it.
This is getting interesting. So you founded ThinkElectric Africa initiative to specifically intensify Africa's transition to renewable energy, right?
Yeah.
How do you hope to achieve this? And what are you doing differently?
You see, we are achieving what we set out to do, actually.
All right.
Of course, that's why we are here in the first instance,
Sure.
Like I said, you see, transportation sector and energy sector, they are like husband and wife. You can hardly separate them. Although you, in real sense, you could divorce, but this
Yeah.
one you cannot divorce it. It's what God has joined together.
That's right.
No one can put asunder
asunder.
to this one because you need energy to propel the transportation sector, and you also need transportation to actually move the energy sector forward and all of that. So they go
Hand in hand. Yeah.
hand in hand. So now
Yeah.
I discovered that if I will achieve, because my first love is electric mobility, right?
Mhm.
So I must be able to bring in a kind of renewable energy that will help me propel my e-mobility, and that's how the biogas started. I've been on different interviews like this where they were asking me, how do you think electric vehicle will work in this country? It can't. I say, okay, but we can charge with, because of electricity, you can charge with solar. They say it's too expensive. It's even much more than buying a car and blah blah blah. So that was what got me into researching about biogas,
Okay.
and that's why we got here.
All right. Interesting.
Okay, so you've talked about biogas. So would you say that's what you're doing differently? Because I'm not sure that there's a lot of people on that lane.
Yeah, I think I read somewhere that Lagos has a biogas plant somewhere that's not functioning, and I don't know why. With the amount of waste being generated on a daily basis, I was coming from Ibadan yesterday,
Yeah.
and the smell I got along that road, towards Obalende was disgusting. And that's a lot of energy being wasted, and at the same time doing more havoc to the environment, to the climate at large. You see?
Exactly.
So now, biogas technology is a very old one. It's not like I'm the pioneer or anything, you know. But then it can be done more efficiently, and that's where I come in. That's where technology come in. So we put in technology to be able to do this efficiently for everyone to use, even if you know nothing about science or technology. You know, I mean, that's what tech is for, to be able to, you know, turn what is not working to what is working, make it more efficient, make it more effective. So we are making biogas digester. We are making it smart in the sense that every of your operation can be done with your mobile phone. You know the quantity of gas you have, you know the kind of cooking you could do with it, you know the kind of waste it needs, you know everything, the volume, everything. We are putting it in one unit, and you can control it with your mobile phone. And that is what we brought to, I mean, what the training, the 6-month training incubation brought out for us, you know.
Okay, so we're definitely going to come back to that. I know there's one of the questions that we have that speaks a bit more about that. But before we go to that question, I'd just like to ask you about, you know, about you are one of the winners of the recently concluded NCIC On Incubation program. You won $10,000 grant in that. So how did you hear about that program, and how would you describe what that 6 months, the impact that it's had on your business and your thought process and your business so far? So tell us a little bit about that. Then we'll now come back to this.
First, how did I hear about the program?
Okay.
You see, you know, I've been around doing this since around 2012. This e-mobility and all of that. So even if I do not hear something, there are a lot of people that call me by that name. Some don't even know my name. They call me ThinkElectric. So anytime, whatever they see, anything that goes on e-mobility, renewable energy, I'm the first person they tag on social media. So when NCIC all along came, I got a lot of people sending it to me on WhatsApp or different places. I said, okay. And before then, I think I applied for this SET awards. I didn't get it. So I was just like, is this all long people again? Oh my God, what do I do? So I put in my best, put in what I think I'm doing. And I got an offer. I was selected. I was like, wow, at the end of the day. So, and going into the incubation, you know, I went into biogas to be able to make sure electric vehicle that I was shouting is actually workable for us, because I needed a cheaper source of energy to be able to propel the electric vehicle, to be able to sell it to people.
That's right.
Like, this is what we need. You know, it wasn't the main thing for me then, but things happen along the way, and like, I made a video about it, put it on my YouTube channel. As at this one is 2 million views, you know.
Wow.
So I was just like, wow, there's a lot of demand. I want this, I want that. People come to my homes and say, make for me, you know. And it clicked. Like, there's something here. There's a market here, you know. And we all know what is happening to LPG these days, the cooking gas. So, and while we were at that, I just told them basically we'll sell biogas digester to people. And one of the facilitators was like, "Is that all you intend to do?" I was like, "Yeah." He said, "Well, it might be difficult to have investors for that if you don't have recurring expenditure. I mean, recurring income and blah blah blah." Then went back from that feedback. I was like, okay, what people have been telling me, what's the tech about this? That I was just telling them it's natural process. Maybe we should put tech now. So we came up with the IoT device that will help us manipulate all the manual processes I've been doing to get gas by myself and all of that. Developed a app for it, and became a thing, became a product, and that's why we are here. And lucky enough, the judges, everybody liked it. And they named us as one of the winners, prize winners, you know. And I was
$10,000.
You guys don't know what you just did. You want to cause problem in this country.
You just give me power to
you just want people to start like stealing waste everywhere to convert to gas.
Wow.
Because we won't stop until we see that stealing waste becomes a national legislation problem. Like, our legislator, we have to sit down and say the rate at which people are stealing waste in this country we should find 5 years imprisonment for them. That's where we are going.
Oh my, that's a beautiful, though hilarious way to put it, but really, really beautiful way to put it. All right. If you're just joining us, you're listening to Power Solutions, brought to you by Nigeria Info in partnership with On Energy Investment Company, and we are having a very interesting conversation with Tolulope Olukokun. Is the CEO of ThinkElectric Africa, and we're talking about providing smart and clean energy, cooking energy specifically. Now, my next question to you, you've talked about the idea you pitched, and I would like to hear a bit more about your idea. I mean, the idea you pitched during the program, which of course you talked about just a while ago, to focus on providing smart and clean cooking gas for every home. And you seem to be that man of many abilities, no doubt. Tell us more about the idea and the problem you hope to solve in the long run. I mean, just expatiate a bit more about that. I know you talked about that just briefly. Putting that in every home, that's a tall order. Tell us a bit more about that.
So some of my solutions have majorly come from my personal experiences. So
right.
I'll be waiting for my dinner, and my wife will tell me the gas ran out.
Finished.
The gas finished. And
That's
I'll be
it.
like, what's this?
That's in the pain.
Especially on a Sunday.
Oh man.
So then, everything that will make it easy for me to know that, this is the amount. I mean, we are not even staying at that, knowing the amount of gas is not even enough. We are trying to make sure you are able to know the time you can use to burn that gas.
Oh, wow.
The kind of meal you can do to do.
Wow.
And with this kind of fun that we got, and many more we are still going to get.
Yeah,
I
amen.
don't want to close the door.
Amen.
We'll be putting AI in this system to plan your diet. So from having gas, you can eat healthy. You understand?
That's
we
right.
can plan your diet. Your app becomes so interactive that you are able to learn a lot from it. Plan your diet. That is what we are doing right now.
Wow.
And it's novel. It's proprietary. We are working on our patent. We are able to make use of all the inputs, all the conditions, known factors to get the unknown factors to make sure we provide smart, gas for everyone. And you are doing this right with your waste, what you will have thrown away. And with that, we are saving the climate, we are saving the environment, getting rid of all the obnoxious smells and all of that. So that's
Wow.
Oh wow! I think off of what you're saying, like I could talk to him forever.
Absolutely.
Forever.
I told the anchor that we could do this for 2 days straight.
You're going to make use of your waste. So, for instance, if I had your product in my house, so does it mean what kind of waste exactly are we talking about? So, is it my day-to-day household waste that I ordinarily will put in the dumpster for them to pick up? I can then, how does that work? Or if I had your product, am I going to have to buy waste from somewhere to power it? So that is my first question. And I think the second question is the money that you've won. You already mentioned the fact that you're trying to put your patents and all of that in place. So what else are you hoping to do with this money? And then, so tell us about that. God, I have so many questions for you, but let's start with those two first.
Yeah, okay. So the kind of waste is biodegradable. You are not expected to put a nylon or a plastic in it. You have to put your leftovers, your animal dungs, cow dung, dog dung, whatever
Dog?
it is. Yeah.
Thank you. See, we should have one in my house.
And
I have a
ladies,
natural producer of waste.
you have this way of washing your meat that you will remove all this all this chaff or whatever
the fatty part,
the fish, the fatty part. See, all those ones are very good for the biogas digester. They produce fine gas. No, while I was pitching the idea, I was telling one of the judges that asked a question that just like we have human beings that will say, if I eat egg, I fart a lot. If I eat beans, I fart a lot. The kind of waste you also put in the biogas digester determines the kind of gas you get.
Wow.
So biogas digester likes something like fat, like animal waste and all of that to produce quality gas. So that's basically the kind of waste you are expecting to put in amala, that you didn't finish, the
Yeah.
you didn't finish, the pineapple you peeled, all of those things.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Oh wow.
All of that.
Just the kind of waste you want to waste away.
Yeah, just that one you wash through your sink. Don't use it in your sink anymore. Don't wash it down. Wash it to put it in and generate gas and cook and stop bothering yourself about the price of LPG, man.
Wow.
And for the money, yes. You see, what I brought to the house was, to the pitching event was a prototype. It wasn't a finished work. Though we already have our schematic, everything we need to do, and additions we will be doing, maybe an upgrade. So what we are doing right now, we are already talking to other companies, like plastic molding company, because we want it modular. We want something that is plug and play. It's we have everything already, all the technology already in a kit, and you just sign up for it, and you keep subscribing to enjoy the efficiency we have to offer. So the money will help us to move from prototyping now to the market. Yes, and before we get to the market fully, we hope to get more investment to be able to take it up. Imagine telling you that you could cook for a month for 3K right now. How many homes do you think will buy that? So investors, come and rush me, man.
Okay. I'm lending a voice. I'm lending a voice to that. Investors, indeed, you have to rush this man. Rush him, let him bring that solution, as it were. And interesting, time is fast spent, but just a few more questions, just to take a cue from what you said now. Mentioning that 3K, just kind of like calm me down a bit for my next question that has to do about the affordability drive. Of course, you know that affordability would drive the cost of the cooking energy. You know, how affordable would this solution be? And who's even though I have an idea of the target, who's your target customer? You know, who are you targeting for this? And you know, just touch a bit about the product, how the affordability, how affordable the product would be, and then who you're targeting.
You see, starting from the last one, who I'm targeting, a lot of listeners will be telling you, what are you saying now?
To everybody.
Yeah, they know. They already know that. I mean, they are my customers, right? Because right from the pitching event, because it was streamed online.
Yeah.
I was getting calls right when I was still pitching.
Wow.
A lot of people that watched it online, you know. So every home, we're targeting every home. We're targeting high waste generators, like restaurants, like what else do we have? Hotels, you know. You can make use of all of this. And don't forget that you can use your septic tank as well, your toilet.
Wow.
Yes, now, for this, you know, but we are still not adapting our technology to that of septic tanks yet. We'll look into it later.
All right.
Affordability, yes, it's very affordable as we continue to, you know, gather our mathematics or calculations together, because we want to see what the cost of production will be at the end of the day. Then we'll be able to say, okay, we can offer this without any payment. Just sign a deal with us for the next 4 years and do your subscription.
Wow.
And you're good. But if the cost of product is higher, then we'll ask our user to pay a token for the implementation, just for the kits, before they start subscribing. But majorly, it's very affordable compared to what we have now.
All right. Bolaji, I sent a message here. Was going to ask you, I think you've attended to it. He was going to ask you, Tolu, about whether human waste can be used for the biodigester. I think you've
essentially, very much.
Yes, absolutely.
Your toilet is a big tank for your gas.
Okay. Fantastic. So one last question. In hearing you talk, it shows that you're not alone. You go get, you know, backup. You get, and your team will be amazing. I'm sure Jade has got a question about that as we wrap this up now.
Yeah. So yeah, my I think the other question that I oh, now where's my question? My question just blown up on my
Maybe your
head.
pet has
But I
taken
think
it
what I was
away.
going to ask you, yes. So where are you now? I know, you know, you got your funding under the the electric smart cooking and all of that. But I'm curious to know where you're at with your electric vehicle and what's going on with that and what your plans are.
Yeah.
Like we said, you're a man of many parts. So what's going on with that? What's your plan for that?
Do you really want us to talk about
Tesla
that?
Competition in Nigeria?
Yeah, we could be the African Tesla, you know. I mean, have an amazing team.
Why not?
Yeah.
A very amazing team.
Great.
Young people. See, don't let just talk anyhow here, because it's not about going to school. It's about trying to find solutions to problems that really matter.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
I have wonderful guys, young people, and I tell them it's not about your qualification. I've met PhD that knows nothing. They only know how to write papers and put it there. Nigeria needs development, and that's what my team is doing. We develop everything from local content, you know. So where we are, we won a grant. We are the only Nigerian startup that won Siemens grant in July. Yeah.
Wow.
For the e-mobility.
Wow.
And right now, our factory is almost ready to be bringing out electric bicycles in this country. So be aware, it's coming very soon. Yes.
Okay.
And just this few days ago, we are the only Nigerian startup that got to the Climate Launchpad Global Finance top 16 in the world on that aspect. So when I tell you I have an amazing team, I know what I'm talking about, man.
I can certainly, I cannot agree any less with that, man. Trust me, it's a pleasure speaking with you. It feels like we should continue, but our time is fast spent. We have to run now. Thank you so much, guys. In case you don't know, his name is Tolulope Olukokun. He's the CEO of ThinkElectric Africa. You can check that out. And of course, I'm sure that on social media, you can go and Google. Can they find you on social media quickly?
Yes, ThinkElectric Africa.
All right.
Even on YouTube, everything. ThinkElectric Africa.
All right, I've done this with Rawa. Thank you so much for being a part on the other side. In regards to your pet, and
to Kobe, Kobe, the producer of the waste that ThinkElectric is going to be using in
the nearest future. Thank you. Well, guys, we have to run the news coming up now. Thanks for listening.
Cheers, everyone. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Center for Disease Control on Thursday reported 790 new cases.
We're going to talk about the new independent political movement.